Spider-Man 3 is considered by many the worst of the original Sam Raimi trilogy. However, for me, and in terms of my memes and everything else, I would consider it one of the best. Now, obviously, in terms of plot, storyline, all of that, it definitely isn't the best. There is way too much going on, way too many villains, and it around like 50% way through the movie, it goes to absolute shit. However, it is hilarious in moments, and if you fixed a few things, this would be a perfect Spider-Man movie. Now, I must say, out of all the original Spider-Man movies, this movie I actually remember the most. And if that doesn't say something, then I don't know what does, you know, at least it is memorable.
Gonna cry? I missed the part where that's my problem.
Give me rent. You'll get your rent when you fix this damn door!
You know, there are stupid dancing scenes, there are silly, stupid things that happen, which were obviously Sony coming in and kicking Sam Raimi in the nuts and telling him, if you don't put this dancing bit in, we're going to fire you, and then we want you to stick a skinny Venom in there, then we'll fire you. So he's like, okay, I'll do that, but we won't have Spider-Man 4, and they're like, okay, we don't care, do it. And he did it, and yeah, that went to shit. So yeah, obviously that wasn't the right choice, but alone for that, the action sequences are still absolutely amazing. The CGI for its time, 2007, which seems so far back, but yeah, it honestly seemed like it was a bit ahead of its time. The CGI was not bad at all. Sandman in moments did look a bit shit. But other than that, it was quite a treat for the 2007 fan audience, probably. But yeah, as for story, obviously, yeah, the development of the characters, the development, everything isn't the best. I'd say the first bit of the movie really gets you hyped up, and then it just goes all downhill, you know. But yeah, I must say, Spider-Man 3 has brought us all the greatest memes, from give me rent to, you know, just silly things like the dancing and him saying stupid things like, put some dirt in your eye, you know. It's like, it's just so funny. I mean, who writes this stuff, you know? I mean, even J. Jonah Jameson still has some absolutely banging lines, so, you know, you can't take away from his style. And, yeah, there's obviously douchebag characters like Eddie Brock, who is the most unlikable character you'll ever meet.
Give me some of that web action. See you, chump. What the hell?
In a Spider-Man movie. Luckily for him, he is Venom, and as Venom, he is even worse, because instead of making the hulking beast Venom is supposed to be, they made him a skinny little boy who looks absolutely disgusting and lasts about 5 minutes. While Sandman, who should be the only villain in the movie, or Venom should be, is there just trying to help his daughter, but gets caught up in the middle of everything, and it all goes to crap. So yeah. And then obviously we've got Harry in the middle of all this, and to be honest, Harry is the best part about this movie. Like, it's a bit crazy kind of how he bumps his head, forgets everything.
Oh no.
Yeah, Harry is fucking dead. Then remembers it and then goes after Peter again. You know, it's a bit stupid, but he is the most likable character out of everyone, you know, because Peter becomes this angry emo kid and it's really annoying. You know, he starts beating up women, he starts dancing in the street, he becomes really weird.
You got any with nuts?
I have some nuts. I could make some.
Go make me some. Peter? No, of course not.
But honestly, I think Harry, out of all the characters we've seen that are Peter Parker's friends in the Spider-Man movies, is my favourite. Like, this Harry is good. You know, Harry in Amazing Spider-Man was absolutely weird and crap. And then we don't even have a Harry in the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies. We just have Ned, who's kind of like a funny little gimmick character, but he's not very deep. He's not a very complex character. You know, those movies are more complicated just on Tom Holland's Spider-Man, which is cool, obviously, because he is the main character. But yeah, in these movies, I always thought Harry was a good side character and is fairly likable to the most part. And yeah, I thought he should have just been the main villain. You know, you'll say Green Goblin 2, or Goblin Jr., as he calls him when he says you're going to cry. But as I told you, very quotable movie. Yeah, he is a good character. I think Venom should never have been in this. You know, 3 villains, way too many. Obviously, with Spider-Man 3, the new one coming out soon, in like December or something, they are going to have quite a lot of villains and quite a lot of Spider-Man, so I don't know how they're going to do that without messing up like this movie, so we'll have to see, obviously, because that could go a bit haywire, and then we'll all be laughing again, but it's got a lot of hype, and hype is quite dangerous, honestly, because things can disappoint if there's too much hype. But anyway, I hope that movie will be good. But yeah, I think Green Goblin or Sandman should just be the main villain, and they should have concentrated on them. And Venom should never have been in this, let alone Eddie Brock and these stupid characters. You know, like just bringing in Gwen Stacy to be another sort of love interest and all these things. Peter Parker cheats on like 10 different women. It gets all crazy, man. It's an absolute mess in the end. But as I said, it's a beautiful mess. It's a beautiful masterpiece. It's a tragic masterpiece. And that is why we love it. And that is why it is great. Also, I kind of forgot to say earlier that Black Suit Spider-Man obviously is also another favourite part of this movie for me. And yeah, definitely a very cool suit. I love the original suits and the way they looked in the Sam Raimi trilogy. And yeah, it just looked so much more spider-like, like the web you could see on the costume and everything. And yeah, that black suit was really cool. The personality he had inside wasn't, but the suit itself was dope.
You're fired. Oh, right, you're unfired. I need you. Come here.
Don't think we're in love. That's just the drugs. Don't they make you feel numb? You can't feel it all. Maybe if we loved ourselves, it wouldn't be so hard. Wouldn't be so hard to love each other. I don't think we're in love. That's just the drugs.